Okay, so we are now 1 week after the last clips, and as you can see here, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots where the engine is leaking. Unfortunately, you could not see where the car was leaking when I saw it in the showroom because of the under tray. But again, the engine will be rebuilt, so that will be of no longer issue in the near future, I hope. In the meantime, I showed you that I installed the rear anti-roll bar, and in the meantime I also installed the front one. I can tell you that this one was a bit trickier because you have to unscrew those support arms on the left and on the right because of the front diff. You cannot get out the original anti-roll bar without taking those off. It may sound like this is some sort of commercial ad, but trust me, it is not, because I would be very happy if it was. I had something ordered from the same company, and it was one of the first things I ordered, and I didn't install them right away. So I have the right one and what I thought would be the left one. But if I put them side to side, you see that I received 2 left ones, so 2 driver side ones. But since I wanted to give them the chance to make up for it, I wrote an email, put a picture up from those 2 bits yesterday, and not even 12 hours later they answered and they sent the right one out right away, and they even gave me a coupon with which I will be able to send one of them back. So absolutely perfect service, and everything that is on their side is in stock, and they send it out right away, and it is here in my garage 1 day after I ordered the parts. I absolutely have to give those guys a shout out because they are amazing. And well, since I'm located in Europe, this is a German company and I have a lot of trust in German engineering. Wow, this sounds so European. Also, for those who saw my last video, might wonder why the old steering wheel is back in. This has its reason, because I wanted to put in the Momo steering wheel, but for some reason it didn't go entirely in. When I tightened up the screw from the steering wheel was still wobbling around. This is the reason why I still drive the stock steering wheel. And I finally found out what the issue was with my glove box light. For now, my battery is disconnected so that it won't discharge again completely, but this is now finally working. I had to simply replace this small connector, which costs, I don't know, 15 euros, and then it just works. And this is also a reason why my alarm system was not working correctly, because this glove compartment is also connected to the alarm system. And then I wanted to make the interior look a bit more beautiful, so I took out all of this panel and I found some moisture behind that wooden panel. So I took it all out, cleaned it, and I also cleaned all of this leather bits and replaced what had to be replaced. After I was working on the interior, I thought, why not change up those silly instruments? So I decided to take it all apart and analyze the situation. I found out those outer rings are just glued onto the instrument with some orange paste, and that the rings below were initially the original rings out of aluminium with a rubber seal and some sort of glass between them. I already ordered new glass and also new backdrops for the instruments. So it was only about grinding down the dirt on the aluminium rings, repaint them and put everything back together with the nice black backdrops. It wasn't that hard to put them back together. You only had to remember where the needles were located. And then it was quite easy to do. The only issue I had was that there is one backdrop missing, the one from the speedometer. So I'm still waiting for that one to arrive. Since we were really going into details here, I wanted to clean that frunk out as well. So I took out the battery and I found some rust. We grinded it down to the bare metal, protected it and put on new paint. And now it looks just like new. Earlier in this video I mentioned that the steering wheel hub was the wrong one. So I had to address that as well, obviously. So I bought a new Momo hub. And now the wheel is finally installed, not wibbling around, and I have no longer an issue with fitting that new steering wheel, which, by the way, looks absolutely beautiful. But things don't end here, because you might be wondering, why did I mention performance parts in my title? So this is what I'm doing next. So you find me here under the car, uninstalling the front control arms. The reason why is that I want to put in new bushes in the front and also change the steering arms. The ball joint also was replaced in the process, as you might see later on, because while uninstalling one of them, the passenger side one just broke. I had to cut it down and so it was pretty much ruined. In the process you might see that I'm using my new hydraulic press and trying to get out the old bushes by force. Trust me, even though I filmed every step of every single bush, it was different from one side to the other. But in the end, I finally managed to get them all in, and now it just looks like new. I'm so keen on finding out how this is going to drive on the road and if it's going to make any considerable noises, or maybe not. There is one more thing that I didn't mention about the steering arms. I'm replacing them with the RS specs so that I don't have that wobbly steering feeling anymore. I'm really looking forward to how this is going to feel, but at least it is looking nice already. Talking about performance, as you might have seen in my first videos, the car was absolutely slammed. It was 3 centimeters lower than it legally was allowed to be, so I addressed this and raised the car up to a legal height. Why? Well, that's a good point, because for now the tires that are on this car are way too narrow for the wheels, and I think performance-wise they will not perform the way I want them to. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and let me know in the comments if you like this type of voiceover thing with B-roll in the background. Just leave me a like and subscribe, and yeah, see you in the next video. Bye.